Yes, Mataji, we
There's
can.
another, yeah, thank you, Vinita. There's another shloka also, which says, Evam prasanna manaso, like, it's like a person who is in devotional service, he performs it like very happily, right? There's one shloka from Bhagavad Gita. Does anybody know, Balavrinda?
Come. Evam prasanna manaso.
Mataji, is the same thing in Bhagavad Gita, or what is that shloka?
Yeah, there is one shloka in Bhagavad Gita, which also says that devotional service is performed. Susukham kartum. I'll give you a clue.
Susukham kartum avyasi. Avyayam.
Yeah. Raja.
Rajavidya Rajagiyam. Ravidya Vastavam. Susukham kartum avyayam.
Awesome, Vrinda. Yeah, it also says, right, that this is Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. The most confident.
My mom forgot it.
Even I forgot it. You reminded me. Thank you for that. Susukham kartum avyayam. So it is performed, very blissfully, right? Devotional service. And here also it says, Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogataha bhagavad tattva vijnanam prasangasya jayate. So it's all performed happily, right? Do you want to be sad in devotional service? No, right? But it's a good question. Why do we feel sad? Because we are affected by the moods still, isn't it? Okay, sorry for that brief thingy. Let's just start with the invocation prayers. And who would like to volunteer, as always, to recite the prayers? Any volunteers? So there we go ahead.
विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्यनामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे.
Thank you for this beautiful recitation of the verses. We will revise a few verses before we move on to today's verse. Okay. Let's start from here. Who wants to recite this verse? There's just few of us today, right? Yeah, go ahead, Balvrinda.
Mataji, she is not able to pronounce Mataji. Other devotee can do it, then she will follow next.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Anybody else wants to recite?
Shall I recite, Mataji?
Please go ahead, Prabhu.
Shushu Saddanasya Vasudeva Kataruchi Shan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nishevana.
Can you please recite 2 more times, Prabhuji?
Yeah, Mataji. Shushu Saddanasya Vasudeva Kataruchi Shan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nishevana. Shushu Saddanasya Vasudeva Kataruchi Shan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nishevana.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, go ahead.
Shan Mahat Sevaya Vipra
Punya Tirtha Nishevana. Great, Vrinda, very nice.
To hear Mataji here nicely, But then she is very rushed to tell the sloka.
Yeah, she's excited. Okay, anybody wants to comment on what this verse is talking about? Any ideas on any words you want to share that stand out to you, or or we can do like a quiz, it's been a long time we didn't do a quiz. Okay, what is the meaning of Vipra?
Brahmana.
Ramana, yes.
Yeah, Brahmana, or a
Learned
learned person, twice born. Yeah, all those, very nice, all those meanings. What is Punya Tirtha? In this context, in the context of this verse, what does Punya Tirtha mean?
A great sadhu, like that, like a great devotee.
Yeah, it means the devotee. Very nice. Because generally Punya Tirtha means places of pilgrimage, like that, right? But in this verse, Srila Prabhupada in this context gives the meaning as, like as like you rightly mentioned, great devotee. Very nice. What is the word for service?
Nishevanat.
And
Sevaya.
great. Yeah, two words, both of the words are referring to that. Punya Tirtha Nishevanat and then Sevaya. Very nice. And what's the Mahat Seva? Mahat means who are we referring to here?
Great devotees.
Great devotees.
Yeah, very good. And what are we told to do?
Serve them.
Yeah, serve them. And then what happens because when you serve them? The first two lines, what does it say?
Vasudeva Katharachi. Like you get interest in the Lord's glorification.
Yeah. So you get interest in Vasudeva Katharuchi, and because you get interest in Vasudeva Katharuchi, what do you do? The first line.
Hear with attention and full faith.
Yeah, so we kind of see, right? This verse is going from bottom to top. Like like rendering service to the great devotees, and what happens, what does Syan means? It gives rise to or begets, what happens? It gives rise to Vasudeva Katharuchi, which, how do we get this Katharuchi? How do we propel it, or how do we do it in practical? By hearing more, right? Shushrusho, Shushru, Shrunu, all these are the same word. Shushrusho, Shraddadhanasya. So with attentively, we start to get, we read and listen with attention. And then this Vasudeva Katharuchi, we also develop this Katharuchi, but the cause of it is what? Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra. So Mahat Sevaya Vipra, it gives rise to Vasudeva Katharuchi, which we accomplish by Shushrusho Shraddadhanasya, by reading, listening, hearing, Shravanam, all that. Very nice. Thank you so much for helping me with that. We'll move on to the next verse. This is an easy verse. Again, it's talking about Shrinvatam. Shrinvatam means Shravanam. What does Shravanam mean?
Again, hearing.
Hearing, listening, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. We know all those 9 processes, right? We just discussed. Okay, who wants to recite this verse before we move on to the meanings and stuff?
Shrinvata Swakatha Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtana Mataji, I want to say.
Good.
Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantasto Bhadrani Vidunoti Shuhatsatam.
One more time.
Shrinvatam swakatha Krishna punya Sravana Kirtana Hridayantastu hiya Bhadrani Vidunoti Satam.
Thank you. Who else wants to recite this verse? Oh, there are two. I don't know, for some reason my Zoom is acting up. Yeah, Mukund, go ahead. After that, Sudevi, I'll give you a chance, okay?
Okay, Mataji. Shrinvatam Shakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridyantasto Bhadrani Vidunoti Saritsatam. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Mukund, just one more time, if you want to give the Krishnaha, Kirtanaha, can you emphasize on the Visargas and recite one more time, please?
Okay, Mataji. Shrimatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridyantasto Bhadrani Vidunoti Saritsatam. Thank you, Mataji.
Beautiful. You got the na and all that perfect. Very nice. Thank you. So, Devi, do you want to go ahead?
Yes, Mataji. Shrimatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana
Naha.
Krishna.
Yeah, we see the dot under the H, right?
Yes,
And what is the syllable before that? Na, right? Na, ha. So the H also follows the same sound. Na, same way ha. Na, ha. Okay? That's what the dot under it means. Okay?
Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantasto hiya Bhadrani Vidunoti Sarutsatam. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Beautiful. Anybody wants to discuss the meaning of this verse? Okay, we already did Shrinvatam, right? Shrinvatam is Shravanam, the same Shrunu. All these are the same root word. We learned in the previous shloka, right? Shushrusho, Shru, Shrunu. All this, the root word Shrun. All these are referring to listening or the hearing process. Or you could also say reading, it's all the same referred to. So reading is not different from listening or hearing, like that. Shrinvatam Swakatha Krishnaha. So whose katha are we listening to?
Krishna Katha.
Krishna Katha. Punya Shravana Kirtanaha. And then Shravana and then Kirtanaha. These are the two processes. Punya Shravana Kirtanaha. Hridyantasto Hyabhadrani. What happens? Hridyanta. Hridi Antaha means what? Hridi means what? Hridaya?
Heart.
Heart. Very
Heart.
good. Antaha?
End.
Yeah, it also means inside the heart. Okay. Hridayantaha. Okay. Inside the heart. Like they say, Antaryami. Who is there, right? The Supreme Personality of God has as a Paramatma. He is also called Antaryami. He is within us all, right? Antaryami. And in those days, like in palaces, there was a separate coterie for women. They used to say in a place called Antapuram, which is like very well guarded because the women are to be protected like that in palaces. So that's called like Antapuram, like that, in those days when kings had big palaces. So the woman used to reside in that area. So Antaha, like Hridayanta Stho. Stha is here referring to Sthita, like inside the heart. What is situated? He Abhadrani. Bhadrani means, Bhadra means?
Auspicious.
Auspicious. Abhadrani means all this, anarthas which we have like that. Very nice. Vidhunoti. What does that mean?
Cut into pieces.
Vidhunoti, like dhona, remember that word. Dhunvanti.
Washing.
Agam Dunvanti Karsneya. Niharam Iva Bhaskaram. There's one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. We are doing now the 6th canto, right? Very important. Kechit Kevalaya Bhakti. Vasudeva Katharuchi. Agham Dunvanti Karsneya. Niharameva bhasva. Dhunvanti, vidhunoti. Dhun, all this is referring to cleansing process, right? So it's like dhona. In Hindi, we say dhona, right? Like you wash something like that. Vidhunoti. You can kind of try to relate. Suhrit satam. So what happens? Satam means what? Satam prasangam mama virya samvido. Satam means sadhu.
Sadhu. Satam,
Yeah.
saintly persons, Mata.
Saintly persons, very good. Yeah, saintly persons. So vidhunoti suhrat satam. So what happens? By listening Shrinvatam Swakatha Krishnaha Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridyanta Sohya Badrani Vidunoti Suhrat Satam. So what happens? It cleanses our heart, right? That's what it's saying by listening to Krishna Katha. All that, the anarthas are cleansed of our heart. Do you think there's any other means to cleanse our heart? So many times we are listening to things, right? Like do good things, do not do bad things, and things like that, right? Like for example, when a prisoner is kind of, when a criminal or somebody who commits a crime, he is made to serve some sentence, something like that. Do you think there is a total transformation of his heart when he does?
I think Mataji has some internet issues.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, sorry, we lost power for a second, and so my internet went kaput. So, I just logged in with the phone. I don't know how long it will take for my router to restart. And so I'm just on the phone. Vinita, do you have this PPT by any chance?
I think Mataji is not there, it seems.
Is anybody else able to share the screen, Prabhuji? Or, it's
Mataji,
like
I
from
can.
Veda base.
Mataji, I can. This is Mataji.
Share the screen. It's Canto 1, Chapter 2, from verse number 16, I think, if I'm not wrong. We were doing 16, right? Yeah, sorry, but my internet is not coming up. Pity on the phone, I don't have that facility. I don't know if I can share. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can try to share.
Mataji, which text is it again?
16.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, sorry about that. My phone also crashed. I don't know. Krishna has different plans today. So maybe Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, I apologize for this inconvenience. Yeah, I don't know if I have the share permissions to give. Yeah, let me try to share this on my phone. I don't know if it works. Oh, is somebody else sharing the screen?
Yeah, Mukund is already in Veda page, Mataji.
Yeah, for some reason, I'm not able to see his screen, Prabhuji.
Oh, Mataji, right now I stopped because I thought you were going to share screen.
The mouse pad is.
Mataji, can you see it right now?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, thank you so much. Can everybody else see?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
We can see.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so we were discussing, my apologies, I'm not going on video because I just lost power. So I'm just waiting for my internet to reboot. Yeah, so we were discussing this, that how Shravanam, of Krishna Katha helps us to cleanse our heart, right? So Mukund, can you go on to the next verse, please? Yeah, who wants to recite this verse?
May I, Mataji?
Yes, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी.
Thank you, Mataji. Can you recite 2 more times, please?
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी.
Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else wants to recite this one?
I think Sudevi has raised hand, Mataji.
Yeah, please go ahead, Sudevi.
प्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी.
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody else wants to recite?
Mataji, can I recite?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Mataji. नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, everybody, for the beautiful recitation. Should we go on with the quiz? Anybody wants to conduct the quiz? It's easy verse, right?
For the same sloka, Mataji.
Yeah, for Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu.
Yeah,
This
Mataji. I will ask Mataji. What is Uttama Sloke? Anybody can answer Uttama Sloke? Uttama. What is Uttama?
Best.
Topmost.
Yes, Uttama. Yes.
Tama means ignorance and Ut means like remover of like higher than ignorance or like that. So
I think
Uttama
Uttama means topmost. Topmost is
yeah.
good. And Sloke means Sloka, of course. And Abhadreshu. What is Abhadra?
Inauspiciousness.
Yes. Earlier we discussed Subhadra, Abhadra. Subhadra auspiciousness, and Abhadra is inauspiciousness. And Nityam.
Always.
Yes.
Daily.
Nityam. Yes. Always. Daily. So we have to recite daily Bhagavad. Means we should do the seva. Seva is everyone knows service. So here.
What is Naishtiki?
Yes, Naistiki Brahmachari will say, what is Naistiki?
Fixed. Who is fixed?
Yeah, Nishtha, like determined, fixed. Very nice. Yeah. So anybody wants to take a jab at what this verse is talking about? Incomplete?
Whatever obstacles or challenges are there in our life, by attending the regular, by daily doing the Bhagavad Seva, by hearing the Krishna Katha, which is the topmost, our whatever obstacles are there in the devotional path will be crushed to pieces. Means all the obstacles are removed from the path.
And then we become fixed in bhakti, right? Bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. So what happens? We become fixed, this bhavati gives rise to fixed, determined bhakti. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. Here in this context, Naishtiki Prabhupada says irrevocable, right? Which cannot be revoked, which
Mataji,
cannot be
here
reversed.
one question, Mataji. The same word in different context, it is different meaning. Like Antaha. Antaha means actually in the previous verse we see it is internal, but actually Antaha means end also. It is the same word, correct?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji. It depends on the context.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, like when we say Vedanta, that means what is the summary or, what is the essence, right? We say Vedanta is like the final word of the Vedas. So what does Vedanta mean is the final word of the Vedas. So in that sense, yeah, that's what it means. Like what is the final message, Vedanta? We say Vedanta Sutra, right? So it's actually summarizing like the Veda. So what is the final word on the Vedas? So it means end in that context. You're right, Prabhuji. Should we move on to the next verse? Mukund, do you think you can give me host sharing facility? I got back my internet. Or if you want to do it today, it's okay with me.
You are there, na? Mataji, you are co-host, na? Or should
I don't see. I'm not able to do that, Prabhuji, for some reason.
Okay, 1 minute, Mataji. Maybe I have to make you host.
Almost everyone is co-host.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody except me is the co-host and the host here.
You are also co-host, Mataji.
No, I'm just a student here. You all are the hosts here.
I don't know now how to change that.
Mukund, can you give me a co-host?
Mataji, I can do it. But I'll have to be the host. Co-host can't do it.
So host, I am there, but I want to do it. How to do it? It is saying.
So Prabhuji, you're on computer, right?
Yeah.
So next to Sukha Mataji's profile, next to the mute button, you'll see 3 dots. You click on that, and then you click make host. So then she'll become host.
Correct. Yes, I got it. Thank you. Mataji, now you are the host.
Okay.
Sorry. By mistake,
You made Sudevi
I made
the
it
host.
to Sudevi. Sudevi, now you have to transfer to Mataji.
Oh boy. This is funny.
Sudevi, you know how to do that? You click on the
participants and then click on my name, and then there's the 3 dot which comes. Click on the 3 dots and make me the host.
But Mataji, co-host also can share, na Mataji?
Yeah, you can share.
Okay.
Yeah, so Devi, you just spotlighted me. Can you make me the host here? Yeah, when you click on the 3 dots there.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, now I'm the host. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Okay, let me share now. I'm going to stop other sharing, okay? Give me just 1 second. Sorry, like I lost power, so it kind of went all over the place. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, we were here, right? Yeah, you had some question, Prabhu. Is that resolved?
I think
Yeah, about the
Mataji,
anta.
basically these two slokas normally we recite before starting the Bhagavatam. Na? It is like
Yes, Prabhu.
important slokas. We were doing debate. I think we completed that, Mataji. Like,
Yeah, sure, Prabhu. Thank you. Who wants to recite this one?
shall I go ahead, Mataji?
Yes,
Tata
please.
rajastamo bhava kama lobha dayasche chetayeter anavidham stitham sattve prasiddhati. Tada rajastamo bhava kama lobha dayasche chetayeter anavidham stitham sattve prasiddhati. Kada rajastamo bhava kama lobha dayasche chetayete anavidham sthitam sattva prasiddhati.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Bharat Prabhu, do you want to recite this one?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you.
Tada rajastamo bhava kama lobhadayacchaye cheta ete anabhidham stitham sattve prasidati. Thank you, Mataji.
And anybody, I think another person raised their hand.
रजस्तमो पापा कामलोपादयश्चे चेतयेतेर्नावित्तं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति तदा रजस्तमो भावा कामलोपादयश्चे चेतयेतेर्नावित्तं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति तदा रजस्तमो भावा कामलोपादयश्चे चेतयेतेर्नावित्तं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Does anybody want to? Oh no. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, I lost power again for a second, so I was not sure. Okay, good. Somehow Krishna is helping me. Okay, does anybody want to take a jab at the meanings for this one? Do you want to do a quiz? Anybody on this quiz? Okay, let's do this then. Tada rajastamo bhava. What does it mean? Rajastamo means?
Mode of passion and ignorance.
Kama lobha. What does that mean?
Kama is last. Lobha.
Greed.
Greed. Very nice. Cheta eter anavidham. What does that mean?
Cheta means heart.
Yeah. Anavidham. We're not. Yeah, the person is not affected by, anavidham. So all these things, they disappear, like in the translation. Prabhupada says, as soon as sthitam sattve prasidati. So tada rajas tamo bhava kama lob. So tada means here it's referring to by this process. Which process is it referring to? It's going back to the previous verses. Nashta prayesho bhadresho Shrunvatam Swakatha Krishna. So all this is talking about cleansing our heart, right? So once our heart is cleansed, what happens? We are not affected. Cheta eter anavidham. Anavidham is we are not affected by this rajas tamo bhava, which yields to kama, lobha, and all those things, right? But what are we situated in? Sthitam, sattve, prasidati, prasanna, prasidati, happy. He becomes completely happy. Such a beautiful verse, right?
Mataji, this is one of the sloka when Srila Prabhupada met Jaladuta he sung song. In that this sloka also comes, now, or it is different?
Yes, Prabhuji, from Shrunvatam Swakatha Krishna.
All this,
From there, the shlokas are recited in that Boro Kripa Koile Krishna, that bhajan, which Srila Prabhupada actually sang on the Jaladuta. So these verses are actually recited there as part of
so can
the
we
bhajan.
treat these are golden slokas, Mataji? Prabhupada sung means someday on that.
Yeah, you can treat them as diamond or platinum also.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this one more, and then we'll go towards today's shloka. Because Sudevi, you recited it at the beginning of the class, and we kind of discussed this meaning of this verse too. I'm not sure many people joined at the time, but maybe I'm going to skip this for want of time today. Please forgive me for that. We'll go to today's shloka. So this is kind of last in this series, which like Prabhuji was just saying, Srila Prabhupada recited on the Jaladuta. So this is the last shloka in that series, where he recited this. So any volunteers who would like to recite after me, please?
Yes, Mataji, I can recite after.
Yeah. Bhidyate
Vidyate
hridaya
hridaya
granthihi
grantihi
chidyante
chidyante
sarva
sarva
samshayaha
samshayam
shriyante
kshiyante
chasya
sasyam
karmani
karmani
drishta
drashta
evatmanishvare.
evatmaneshware.
Bhidyate hridaya granthihi
Vidyate hridaya granti
chidyante sarva samshayaha
chidyante sarva samshayam
shriyante chasya karmani
kshiyante chasya karmani
drishta evatmanishvare.
drashta evatmaneshware.
Bhidyate hridaya granthihi
Vidyate hridaya granti
chidyante sarva samshayaha
chidyante sarva samshayam
shriyante chasya karmani
kshiyante chasya karmani
drishta evatmanishvare.
drashta evatmaneshware.
Bhidyate hridaya granthihi
Vidyate hridaya granti
chidyante sarva samshayaha
chidyante sarva samshayam
shriyante chasya karmani
kshiyante chasya karmani
drishta evatmanishvare.
drashta evatmaneshware.
Anybody has questions regarding how this verse is pronounced? Everybody's clear. It's a very popular verse, right? Okay.
Mataji, I have one doubt.
Mhm.
Like in the first line, Granthi is there, but
Mhm.
while pronouncing, we pronounce it as Granthi. So how to understand this?
Yeah, because if you see I don't know if you understand and read Devanagari. If you see Hridyan, Hridya, Bhidyate Hridaya Granthish, it goes like combined. If you see Granthish Chidyante, these words are combined here. But if you, let me just go to them as well. If you see in the word for word meaning, where's the Granthihi, you see? So this is when it's not combined, So for if you're going to recite it as combined, like how it's in this verse, Bhidyate hridaya granthish chidyante sarva samshayaha. So when you're combining with granthish chidyante, then you use the sh sound in the end, like which is here, granthish. Okay. But if you're going to give a break, Bhidyate hridaya granthihi chidyante sarva samshayaha shriyante chasya karmani drishta evatmanishvare, like that. Okay.
Okay, Mataji, fine.
Yeah, thank you.
you.
Okay, let's take a jab at the meanings. We kind of got a sneak peek into the meanings, so cheating is okay. Okay. Hridaya here refers to what?
Hridaya heart, Mataji.
Granthihi is what? Granthi.
Granth, Srimad Bhagavatam Granth. We say Granthi means, oh sorry, this Granthi is different. Granthi means not Mataji.
Yeah, not. Very nice. Somebody else also answered. Hridaya Granthihi. What is it referring to? The knots in the heart. What are these knots?
All Abhadra's all unwanted desires, lust, greed,
Yeah, the
envy.
materialistic tendencies, right? Like they are, like bondage. They are Hridaya Granthihi. Bhidyate means what? When you have a knot, what do? When there is a knot, you try to
Remove it.
How do you remove it?
By knife or by scissors or something. We try to cut it or with the nails.
But if you cut the knot, you're not removing the knot, are you? So how does a tailor remove the knot like that?
It is art, Mataji. Whoever is having big nails, they will play around and remove it.
Yes. So you kind of pierce, right? With the pin, you sometimes,
Yeah.
I don't know if you observed your mom or somebody do it, they use the safety pin and try to remove those knots like that, right? Yeah, we do that, right? Many times we use a sharp pin and try to remove a knot. It's kind of easy to pull it out like that, right? So bhidyate, remember the pin and the knot, and then you're piercing it. So bhidyate means pierce. Okay? Is that giving some kind of a visual idea in our minds? So bhidyate hridaya granthihi. So we're piercing these knots, like that. Chidyante sarva samshayaha. What does that mean? Chidyante.
Cut to pieces.
Yeah, this word also comes in Bhagavad Gita, right?
Yes, Mataji.
What verse is that?
That is Arjuna is asking to Krishna. What is that? Chindanti.
Nainam
Chindanti.
Shastrani.
Shastrani.
Nainam dahiti pavakaha na chainam kledayatyam na shoshayati marutaha. Yeah, very nice, Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah, chidyante, like you rightly said, what is it?
Cut to pieces.
Cut to pieces. Sarva samshayaha. Sarva
No doubt
means?
at all.
Sarva means?
All.
All. Yeah, samshayaha means what?
Doubt.
Yeah, all doubts, it just cuts into pieces, all the doubts. Very nice. So first, what does it do? It pierces into the knots and removes the knots in the heart. And then chidyante sarva samshaya, it cuts to pieces all the doubts. And then kshiyante chasya karmani. Kshiyante means? I'll give you one clue. Kshine punye martya lokam vishanti. There is one verse in Bhagavad Gita.
Pious deeds. Chinne.
Yeah, kshine punye. What happens when the
Chinne punye martya lokam vishanti.
Finished, yeah.
Complete.
Destroyed like that, finished, annulled, destroyed. So kshiyante chasya karmani. So what does it do?
Whatever our karmas are there, they will be
destroyed or finished like that. Very nice. And then what happens? Drishta evat manishwari. This is a very special meaning. It took me quite some time, and I'm not sure if I understood what Prabhupada is translating here exactly, but we will try our best today. Maybe you all can also give some input. So let's move on. Drishta means what? Drishti means?
Seeing.
Yeah, eva atmani ishvare. Ishvare means?
Lord Krishna.
Controller, right? Ishvara tendency, like we say. Eva Atmani is the soul. Okay. In this context, let's see how Srila Prabhupada translates it into in the next slide. We'll go word by word, and then we'll see. Bhidyate, pierced, hridaya, heart, granthihi, knots, chidyante, cut to pieces, sarva, all, samshayaha, misgivings, doubts, like Prabhuji also said, kshiyante, terminated, completed, finished, cha and asya, his karmani, chain of fruitive actions, drishte, having seen, eva, certainly, unto the self, atmani, unto the self, ishvare, dominating. So thus the knot in the heart is pierced, and all misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of fruitive actions is terminated when one sees the self as master. So Prabhupada gives a very nice purport to this verse, and how we are to understand this. One sees the self. So are we the masters?
No. That's
In
the
one
servant.
sense, we are the masters, right? In one sense, because when we see ourselves as the spirit soul separate from the body, right? And so we understand the different material elements, the different organs, the sense organs, and the soul is above all this, right? The mind, intelligence, ego, everything above that is the soul, right? In position, in hierarchy, like that. So when we realize that we are the spirit soul and we are not this material body, so we can rule over our mind and senses. We can have control over it, like a Goswami. We have learned about Goswami, right? So the Goswami, what does he do? He controls his senses. And Godasa is who's under the influence of their senses, right? So the whole Krishna conscious movement is for all of us to become Goswamis, right? That we have more control over our senses. We realize this is, we are the spirit soul and we are not this material body. So in that sense, Srila Prabhupada says, when we see ourselves as the master of these senses, but then we are again, we look at two things, right? Not only do we see our position as superior to the material senses, but also we see ourselves as the servant of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So two things are realized, when Vidyate Hridaya Granthi, Chidyante Sarva Samshaya, Kshiyante Chasya Karmani happens. What happens? We realize our position to be superior than this material body. At the same time, we realize our position to be a servant of Lord Krishna. Okay. So two things are accomplished by these things. So that's what is explained by Srila Prabhupada in the purport. So any questions? So
It's clear, Mataji. Mataji, what is this picture, soul over matter?
I don't know. I just thought it will be a good visual cue to remember, like that.
Yeah.
The soul becomes the master of the matter, right? Like that's what is being mentioned here. Drishta evatmanishvare. And one sees the self as the master. So he realizes that he or she is a spirit soul and does not have to come under the control of the material nature, right? Like that. So that's why I just got this picture from the internet, somebody's book. I don't know what book that is. So I just thought
Good one.
it kind of conveys the message. So I put it there. Yeah, Bhavna Mataji, you have a question or a comment?
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, like this kind of verse came previously also, in 15 shloka of this same chapter. Chindanti Kovidastasya, in that Karma Granthi Nibandhanam.
Yes, Mataji, you're right. Yeah.
So
you're right.
how we can correlate both? Like
yes, Mataji, let's try to find the shloka.
15 shloka it was, Mataji.
Yeah, yadhanudhyasina yukta karva granthi nibandhanam chindanti kovidastasya kona kuryat katharatim. Yeah, so this is talking about in another perspective, right? So with the weapon of knowledge, karma granthi nibandhanam. So this we can break through this karma granthi, which is binding us. There's chindanti, which is like cuts or like that. Kovidastasya. So kona kuryat katharatim. So when a person is actually listening to Srimad Bhagavatam and he is doing Shravanam, what happens? He gets this power of the sword of knowledge. Yad anudhyasina. Anudhya. Dhya is like dhyana. Asina means the weapon, like the sword. Yuktaha. With the sword of knowledge, what does he do? He can cut through this karma granthi nibandhanam. So when a person realizes that, by listening, he is able to cut through this karma granthi or this, knots of karma. So why will such a person not take more, kona kuryat katharatim? Why will such a person not take more interest in Krishna Katha? That is what this shloka is trying to say, right? Like it is trying to say that, Kona kuryat katharatim. So it's asking a question, you know, like a what is it called? I'm not getting the word now. Anyways, so it's actually asking a question there. So when a person realizes that with this knowledge he can cut through this, so he will take more and more interest, right, in Krishna Katha. Kona kuryat kathar. Why will such a person not take interest in Katha, you know, in Katha Ratim? Or why will such a person not get more taste for Katha? That's what this verse is trying to say, you know, because this Bhagavatam gives this weapon of knowledge, right, by which you can cut through all this karma granthi. So when you cut through all this, the more you get the, you know, interest for Vasudeva Katha, like that, right? And then the last verse, like you rightly mentioned, so that is kind of talking about, you know, Vidyate Hridaya Granthi. And then at this point, what happens? He or she is able to see oneself as the master. So that's what this verse is talking. But very nice, Mataji, you try to correlate both the verses. So yeah, because both are kind of talking about karma granthi nibandhan, trying to break, and chidyante. Very nice, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you,
bringing that.
Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Any other questions?
Mataji, it is not question. Like every week, one new sloka we are learning, na Mataji. Can be like numbers can be increased, Mataji. Revision, you give it as homework, and you can ask. We will recite. So that way, number of slokas can be covered more, na Mataji, since it is weekly once. Just my suggestion, Mataji.
Sure, Prabhuji, we could try that. Yeah, we will try to do 2 shlokas and
because Mataji,
cut
we
down
have
on
to
revision.
Here Chaitanya Charitamrita sloka also. When that is going to come, we don't know.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, I'm trying to see more, like trying to see if there are more devotees who can do the classes, Prabhuji. So that way, you know, somebody else can also do the other shloka classes like that. So I'm just trying to see if there are other devotees who have the time, you know, to do more shlokas. So we are looking out for it. So, but when we are able to find, you know, devotees who are able to give that kind of consistent time, we surely will do more, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
sorry, it's been pushing. I know, like, it's been a long time coming, but yeah, for some reason, I'm not
Because
so
Mataji,
blessed.
we are spending more time in revision, na Mataji. So that's why we are not weekly one sloka. It takes how much time we don't know, and we don't have so much time. That's what maybe I don't know. Think over it, Mataji.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the point is that, you know, how much are we able to remember and, you know, recite? So that's the reason I'm doing this revision, like a regression, like they say, right?
So in that case, Mataji, you can ask, like, before starting the class, without sharing the slides, you ask so and so sloka. Maybe we will do homework and come. Maybe that will also give, because at the moment you are only taking all the pain. We are not taking any pain. We are just seeing the slide and telling. So that way it will give some work for us also.
So do you think we should assign slokas to each other? So we try to memorize that and come. Everybody, do you think
and
that's
all
a good
children,
idea?
they are expert, Mataji. Anytime, even in the sleep also, they will tell the slokas. Only person like me, I have to practice. So you do that, Mataji. That will be a good, so that you can cover more slokas in a week if everyone agrees.
Anybody has objections to that? Anybody think it may be a problem for them to do that? Okay, we could.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. That's fine that Prabhuji is saying, but revision is also important. And we have to keep patience while studying Shastras.
Yeah, let's try to, you know, like do our best with revising too, and, you know, doing an extra shloka. It's only that, you know, I feel in this Kali Yuga, with at least my short memory span, more than one sloka, I don't know how, you know, at least I don't know if I can learn 2 in a week like that. So that's the only thing I was thinking, you know, one is itself a long stretch for me. So Yeah, but we can try that out, Prabhuji, for sure. Any other questions? Yeah, so you can, whatever verse, the kids, I'm sure, they are very, like you said, they can grasp like a sponge at this age. So, Sudevi, do you want to take the 14th one, please, to memorize? Is that okay with you?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Mukunda, you do the 15th one. And Prabhuji, you can do the Shushruso.
Yes,
Nitya
Mataji.
Narasimha Prabhu.
Yes,
Fine,
Mataji,
Mataji.
I'll do the 15th one.
Who?
Mataji,
Mukunda, I had
Mukunda
assigned
will
you
do,
15th
I'll
one.
do the 15th one.
Okay. Prabhuji, please do 16th one.
Yeah.
And Bhavna Mataji, do you want to do this one, 19th one, please?
Yes, Mataji, I will do.
Yeah. And then Bharat Prabhuji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. And Bharat Prabhuji, can you do, did I assign this to somebody? You can do 14th one, Prabhuji.
Sure, Mataji. Sure.
Okay. And Tulsi Manjari Mataji.
Mataji assigned 14 to me, right, Mataji?
Oh, did I?
Yes, Mataji.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, Prabhuji, can you do 12th one, please? Bharat Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, sorry about that confusion. And
No
Tulsi
worries.
Manjari. Yeah, Tulsi Manjari, you do the 10th one, please.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, can you memorize this for the next week? Okay, we kind of assigned. And for me, the task is to memorize all the verses. Okay, that's how I'm going to be tough on myself, So at least I want to recite and memorize with all your mercy. So any other questions for today? Okay, if there are no more questions, we will offer the Vaishnava Pranam and we will kind of pause for today. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Namaste Vaishnava. Jai.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much. Hare Krishna. We will again meet next week, next Wednesday. And please, all of you remember to memorize your verses, okay? So, yeah, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. I'm going to end the call here now. Hare Krishna. How do we end this call?